Hello everyone. Now I'd like to talk about the fundamental theorem of calculus. We have an important theorem for calculus which says if a function f is continuous on the closed interval a and b and f is the antiderivative of f. Here, if you look for here capital F and here small f. This is the function and this is antiderivative for this function. On the closed interval a and b, then the definite integral from a to b for f of x with respect to x, it is equal the antiderivative for f of x, f of b, capital F of x minus f of a. How to apply this rule? If you have from 1 to 3, okay, the definite integral from 1 to 3 for x squared according to x, it will be what? It will be x squared is integral as x cubed divided by 3 from x equals to 1 till to x equal to 3. Then you replace x with the upper value and replace x with the lower value here. Then subtract the two values. It will be 3 power 3 divided by 3 minus 1 to the power 3 divided by 3. It will be 27 over 3 minus 1 over 3. It will be 26 over 3. That's it. Okay. We have another example to apply this theorem. Example. Evaluate the integral from 1 to 5 for x for 2x minus 1 with respect to x. You will evaluate or you will apply the power theorem for integration. 2x, its integral is 2x squared divided 2. 1 is constant, you will multiply it by x. Then from x equal to 1 till to 5. 2 divided 2, it will be 1, x squared minus x from x equal to 1 till to x equal to 5. Now evaluate or plug x equal 5. It will be 5 squared minus 5 minus the lower value here. It will be 1 squared minus 1. This is 25 minus 5. Okay, and 1 minus 1, it will be 0 here. Then it will be 20. We have some properties for the definite integral. Properties. For the definite integral. Number 1, if you have the upper bound and the lower bound for the integration are the same from a to a, not from a to b, for any function f of x according to x or with respect to x, it will be 0. Because you will subtract the two values from each, the same value from each other, it will be going to be 0. If you have from a to b for f of x with respect to x, and you will exchange a with b, a with b, it will be b to a for f of x with respect to x. you will only change the sign here. It will be negative from b to a. Number 3, the integral from a to b for f of x with respect to x, it will be what? If you have any number between a and b, it will be from like c, between a and b in a closed interval here, then this is a. You can break it down to 2 integration from a to c for f of x dx plus from c to b for f of x dx. These properties will help us to solve many problems easily. How to apply these properties here? Evaluate from 5 to 5 for anything for radical x squared plus 4x plus 1. Okay, according to x. Here 5 the same 5, then it will be 0 by applying the first rule. Number 2. Here f, the integral for f of x dx from 1 to 3, it will be negative 5. What is the value of integral from 3 to 1 for f of x with respect to x? Here exchange or flip 1 and 3 here, then you will get the opposite to this number. It will be 5 only. Okay, we have another example. Evaluate integral from 1 to 7 for f of x dx. F integral from 1 to 4 for f of x dx equal 7, and from 4 to 7 for f of x dx equals to negative 3. Okay, answer. Here you have from 1 to 4 and from 4 to 7, and the given from 1 to 7. Then here break this integral into 2 integration here. Then you will apply the third property here. Then the integral from 1 to 7 for f of x with respect to x, it will be from 1 to 4 for the same function f of x dx plus from 4 to 7 f of x dx. It will be here, the first one it will be 7, the second one it will be negative 3, then add them, it will be going to be what? Going to be 4. Okay. Another example. Evaluate from 1 to 3 for 3x squared minus 1 dx. Here you will get the integration of 3x squared minus 1. The integral of 3x squared will be 3x power 3 divided by 3. 1 is a constant, multiply it by x. This is from x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. Here simplify 3 cancelled, then it will be x cubed minus x when x is equal to 1 till to x is equal to 3. Now x cubed, take the upper value here and replace x with this value. It will be 3 power 3 minus 3 minus the lower value, it is 1 cubed minus 1. It will be 27 minus 3 minus 1 minus 1, it will be 0. 27 minus 3, it will be 24. Thank you.